Okay, let us see now another example for normalization. Consider this table online shopping system where we have order ID, customer name, customer phone number, and product ID, product name, category, quantity, and price. Now, what are the problems with this entire table? Customer information is repeated. Okay, about Ravi, we have again and again, and product information is also repeated, and updating a phone number requires multiple changes. If I have to change any phone number, deleting an order, if I have to delete an order, then it will delete the customer information as well as the product information. So these are the few problems in unnormalized table. So that's why we will go for first normalization, where we'll be trying to understand what to do. What is a composite key? Here we have composite key as a primary key. Why? Because order ID and product ID both plays an important role in identifying the unique records. Now, what is the problem here? So, each row contains only one product. So, for Ravi, we have to again maintain a duplicate value if he has to buy another product. So this is one major problem. And the goal of 2NF, now if I want to divide 1NF into 2NF and 3NF, what is the goal of 2NF is to remove the partial dependencies, while the goal of 3NF is to remove transitive dependencies. Let us understand what is partial dependency. Okay, now as you can see that a partial dependency is nothing but having more than one primary key. That means a composite key. If a column depends on only one, if a non-key attribute depends on only one part of the composite key, then it is said to be partially dependent. For example, product name is totally dependent on product ID, not on the product order ID. In the same way, customer ID is dependent on order ID. So these are the partial dependencies. It is not depending on both the parts of the composite key. So why is this a problem? So if I have to change any product name, if I have to update any product name, for example, if laptop has to be updated to gaming laptop, then I need to search each and every repetitive product name laptop, and then I have to update it. If any one row is not updated, then inconsistent data will be there. That means no updation. So few will be updated and few will not be updated. That state is called as inconsistent state. So what happens if I have that? After some years, if I want to find what is what, or after 1 month, if I want to find what is the product name, then the computer will give both the names and I don't know what is updated one. So this type of state is called as inconsistent state. Now coming to 2NF solution. So in keeping in mind that product name is depending on product ID and customer ID is dependent on order ID. So we will be trying to divide or decompose our table in such a way that they both depend on each other. In that way, the other attributes will be totally dependent on the primary key, and hence removing the partial dependencies. So, and coming to the normal form, this is nothing but it should not have transitive dependencies. Let us see what is a transitive dependency now. So one primary key is depending on a non-key attribute, and then it is again dependent on another non-key attribute. Let us see with an example. Now consider this table, products table, where we have dependencies like this. So product ID is depending on the category, and category is dependent on GST rate. Hence, product ID is depending on, it has to depend on GST rate. It is not directly related to that. So this type of dependency is called as transitive dependency. That means product ID is depending on another non-key attribute, and then again it is depending on another attribute through this help of that non-key attribute only. Suppose the GST of the electronics has changed, so you have to update wherever it is there. That is also one more problem. So if one row is missed also, we will not be able to find out the correct one, so updated one. So in that way we will be trying to find the solution, so that to make that no transitive dependency possible. So how to make that? Since product ID is directly dependent on category ID, we will try to keep only that part of fields in this, so that product ID is directly dependent on category ID. And one more, category ID is dependent on GST. So in this way we can have, now you can ask me how can I relate these two tables. So there is a common category ID in which I can relate the two tables. So this is 3 enough. Thank you.